And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend.
You know, I'm out here today doing a little bit of scouting, and it's the first time we've been on this particular piece of property. You know, just one quick tip I want to give to you. Now, one reason I'm in here is because I guarantee if I got real quiet, you'd hear it dropping. Man, I mean, there's white oaks falling everywhere. Well, listen, find where the white oaks or acorns or whatever the case may be. Deer will go through cornfields, they go through bean fields just to get the acorns because that's their number one food source. All right, so in the early season especially, you know, a lot of guys, they like to get out there and hunt these fields. Like you see this big field behind me. There's a great big old, you know, there's fields and fields and fields. A lot of people like to get out here and they like to hunt fields. Well, listen, if you got a bow in your hand, you ain't gonna be able to shoot no 500 yards. I don't reckon. You're gonna be, you know, most bow shots are 40 yards or under. And unless you're hunting the field edge where they got trails coming up, you know, stay away from the fields. Get back in here where the acorns are at. Now, something you probably noticed me doing when I was coming up through here, and here's a mistake a lot of people make. I'm gonna go scouting, you know, I'm gonna go scouting. So they go scout this new area. Well, what do? Here's what they do. They'll walk through the woods and do this. They'll be looking around. And what are they doing? Well, they're looking for deer. Well, it makes sense, don't it? You're out scouting for deer, and if you see, here's the mistake you make. You're not gonna be able to tell nothing looking around. All of your knowledge is going to be straight on the ground, down here. This is where it happens. Listen, deer are smart, but there's one thing they do that makes them unsmart. They leave their sign where they're at. They leave their droppings. You know, they don't have porta potties out here. You know, they don't just throw. You know, they don't say, "Excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom." Hear that? Acorns. You're gonna hit me in the head in a minute. Here's the thing. They don't have porta. You know, when they go, you know, they're not like women. You want to go to the bathroom? No, they just tuck their tail up and do it. And you can see this. You know, that it's here. You just gotta look down for it. Now, here's the mistake people make. They look around. Well, let's say I'm going down this holler. Now, I've never been in here. First time I've ever been in here. I go down this holler. I hear, whew, I see a flag going through. You know, in their minds, that's what they're thinking. Well, he was there, so I'm gonna put my stand up right here, and then we'll come back tomorrow, and he's gonna come right back here and kill it. Listen, that is the farthest thing from the truth. What probably happened was this. That deer was probably over here, and by the time you saw him, he was over here, and that was his escape route. Okay, so you don't want to do that. That's probably their way out of there. They're probably over here. You know, here's where you're going to tell what goes on. You look for droppings. You look for trails. Listen, trails means that's where they're headed. They're like caribou. You know, caribou migrate. They migrate in one place. Now, deer don't migrate in herds like caribou, or you know, like they do. But anyway, they move, and they leave trails. All right, that's the one mistake they make. They leave trails. They leave droppings. You're not going to find it looking around, looking for white flags. If you see white flags, that's telling every deer within a 100-mile area, bye-bye. You know, danger. Look for sign on the ground. Find trails. Find droppings. And just one little tip I want to make. I just because I think a lot of people do that. They scout for deer, and then they're looking all around. You know, don't do that. Look here. Trails, droppings. Droppings means that's where they're at. That's, you know, find the fresh droppings. I guarantee you they're going to be right back there, you know, in just a matter of days. Just a little quick tip. I think it'll help you. Got to get back scouting, and I'm not going to be looking around here. We're going to be looking on the ground. Scout.
I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.